Hello from the Hashknife and Happy New Year. You can see the cows in the background. I just got done feeding them. Mom and Dad are actually headed out of town for a few days, and I'm headed back to the ranch house. I'll probably check on the cattle guard for the horses real quick, make sure it's covered or uncovered because we got some snowfall the last few days. But for the most part, everything's anarchy. I'm in charge, I'm by myself, I'm taking care of everything. But I also just got a job. I've recently graduated, so now I have a job. This is kind of a look into what happens when you're all by yourself, what Dad did for a few years back when he was still working and then right before he retired. It makes things a little difficult, frankly. You gotta kind of have to work around your schedule. My job, I have variable shifts. There's no consistent work hours. So these first few days while Mom and Dad are gone, I will actually be switching to nighttime feeding. So right now it's early in the morning. It's about 8 o'clock. I took them to the airport, came right home and fed the cows. Now I'm gonna feed them a little light in the morning. It looked like they had a little bit of hay to pick up still, so that'll be fine. But then this evening I will feed them heavy to get them through the next morning because I will be waking up very early. I'll be waking up probably 4:30, 4:45, which is actually, honestly, it's not that early. I've had to consistently wake up significantly earlier before. But from there, what we will do is then when I come back from shift in the evenings or the late afternoon, early evening, then I'll go out, I'll go feed, and then that way everything's all set up. It looks like these first few days will be late night feeding, then it'll go to morning feeding, and about the time it hits morning feeding again, Mom and Dad will be home. Meanwhile, 2024 butcher beef are done, and we will be taking care of the handoff of cash and beef the Sunday Mom and Dad get back. They get back late that night. I will be running to the butcher, picking up cash, making sure everybody gets their orders. So it is a busy, busy time. My days might be off from my new job, but they are not off from the ranch. So this is going to be a little bit of a share from now. Today I get to enjoy some football, maybe have a couple beers, just enjoy kind of the quiet with the puppies, and then I'll go feed tonight, and then the work week starts again. So Happy New Year, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Here is the cattle guard right now, and as I said, I just needed to make sure it's uncovered. This is currently an item of discontent at the moment. We never got around to it due to building and stuff this summer. So as soon as the tractor comes back from repairs at the shop, we will bring it out here. We're going to lift this, clean out. We had to hand dig a bunch of dirt on the side and right here because my mule was smart enough to simply walk across the other day, and we had to immediately come up here and fix that. You can actually see kind of a pile of dirt that we threw on the leeward side of the wind break there. So yeah, this is going to be another project here coming soon. We still have to fix the other one that the Hooderites broke with heavy equipment because it's just simply wired together right now. But yeah, everything looks good for this New Year's morning. It's clear, horses know, the mule specifically knows not to go across it, so this looks all right. So on to football time, man. Look at that, beautiful. Beautiful snow, sunrise. It's a great way to start the year. One final check is water, making sure it's all flowing and that the stud hasn't pulled the drain out because he's been getting bored. So if he does that, then nobody has water. So this is an important thing, even though it's winter time, people forget. Critters need water. Hi, buddy. Yeah, you need to stay out of the water. Yeah. Here's the weanlings. Hi, kiddos. Captain Jack and BB. Little Blues Berry. Hi, honey. How are you? How's time with Dad? Good girl. Yeah, no. Hi, Captain Jack. You're a little more precocious. How are you? You're all right. It's okay. Good boy. Hi. Remember us? Yeah. There you go. Yeah. All right. Stay out of trouble. All right, see you guys. Happy New Year. Sitting here watching overtime on New Year's. That's the way to start. Also, a friendly commercial for Chick-fil-A. And just like that, with modern technology and editing and a little bit of patience, we're ready to feed for the second time on this first day of 2025. I originally thought of feeding later, but then thought about it as I watched one competitive game and another non-competitive game, and I said, hey, let's just do this on the light. There's one of me, nobody else to help me, so might as well make this easy and do it when I can see, and the girls frankly don't care when they get fed again. So here we go, round number 2 on January 1st, 2025, coming in hot. Just like that, bales are dropped, cows are fed, and we are ready to go for the next 24 hours. All right, on to the next few days by myself. I said I was gonna feed the cows a little light in the morning and then a little heavier at night. That's exactly what I did. Instead of giving them a full 3-bale ration this morning, I gave them 2 bales and then I gave them 3 tonight. The question might be, why would you do that? Why would you short feed? Well, partly because I'm not really shorting feed. What ended up happening was, instead of doing a 24-hour cycle with 3 bales, I more or less did about a 10-hour cycle with 2 bales. So I cut it in half with 2/3 the amount of forage or feed, right? So as a way to minimize and reduce wasted feed, I gave them a bale short so that they would clean the majority of it up with just a little bit left, and then feed them a full ration like I would, in hopes that it would be like the next morning, right? So the next morning, hopefully they have a little bit left, and then we feed them the full 3 bales. That's exactly what happened, fortunately. And so they did have traces of hay still left. And so what I did, and it was actually a little more than what I expected, so that was kind of a good thing. So what, instead, in the continue of the line of feed, what I did, rather than doing that, was I fed directly next to those feeding locations. So that way, when the cows are standing there eating the hay that I just fed them, they will finish also the feed over the next 24 hours of the stuff I fed them this morning. So they'll use all 5 bales in the matter of 36 hours, essentially. I could understand why maybe that's a little confusing, or maybe somebody would disagree with that. I mean, feel free to comment if you like, but that was my reasoning. That's my thought process. That's why I did it. And I think it's going to work out just right. So we'll find out tomorrow evening when I get back from work, and I'll be feeding the dark. And just like that, my shift is over. I'm headed home. Mom and Dad made it to their destination, and they're out having fun with some good family friends. But I got to get home in time to go feed the cows. So we're going to be getting home a little after dark, it looks like. I had to run some errands for the ranch, get the annual diary so that we can notate what happened throughout the year. And now I'm on the road headed out. But yeah, here we go. I'm gonna get home in time to feed the pups, put on some work clothes, go out and feed the critters, and then try and get myself some feed before it's bedtime. So it's a busy day. Here we go. I got home just as the sun set, got changed, fed the dogs, picked up bales, and I am headed out for the first round of bales. Everything fed yesterday was not completely eaten up. They had a little extra, and then I was able to feed them all 3 bales, so they should be perfectly good to go. They're happy and content. The biggest thing with this whole ordeal has been really just time management, because I'm by myself. But the winter finally decided to come about a week after Christmas, as you can see. So really our biggest challenge is honestly simply getting through the adverse conditions, because I got to travel to work and back. A normal hour commute is now closer to an hour and a half. But overall, the weather's been good in terms of temperatures. It is in the teens, but not super bad wind, not super icy. It's just straight snowfall. But makes you appreciate the old man and the grandpa all the years they did doing this by themselves. So stay tuned for more over the course of the next 30 years, I suppose. Thanks until you're better paid.